out there, we're on the air, and it's race day today in the first state. Welcome to Dover, Delaware for race number 16 of the 2024 NR2003 Mission BBQ Cup Series season, the M&M's 400. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we welcome you to the Dover International Speedway with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network and up in the NASRN booth. My name is Trey Wright. 80 laps are on schedule for today's race at the Monster Mile, marking the beginning of the final 10-race stretch of the regular season. It is definitely coming down in clutch time and crunch time for all 42 drivers on the grid here with 10 races to go in the regular season before the start of the chase in a mere 5 weeks' time. I tell you, this season is already flying by like the western wind. 15 down, 10 to go. We knocked out 5 races last week in an absolutely bonkers Duncan Week of Speed that saw Bradley Ream win the Duncan Week of Speed in-season tournament over Will Parrish at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. Another insane race for the Samuel Adams Firecracker 400. But I'd like to thank all of you guys for tuning into all the races last week. We had 8 different winners across 7 races in both the MBCS and the Flowmaster Grand Touring Championship. Congratulations to all the winners, including the only multi-time winner from last week, Eric Monaco, in the 2-car for the FMGTC and the 4-car for the MBCS. You're actually your last race winner here in the Mission BBQ Cup Series at Coca-Cola. But taking a look at the point standings, oh boy, they have definitely changed. Juan Rodriguez, who came into the Sam Adams 400 with a really big points cushion, now finds himself a mere 20 points above Matthew Hubert for the top spot in the chase. Igor Barreto, Alex Sanvitale, and John Andrews round out your top 5. Andrews 87 points behind Rodriguez. And remember, every position on the racetrack is worth 5 points. So 87 points between 1st and 5th, definitely not a lot of breathing room for those top guys. And speaking of not a lot of breathing room, taking a look at your wild card between Dylan Matthews in 6th and Brennan Wilmington in 11th. A mere 90 points separate those 2 drivers, and all the drivers in between them of Riley Sampson, Braden Perez, Toby Murphy, who had a decent run at Coca-Cola, and Roberto Crown Jr., who sits a mere 40 points above Brennan Wilmington, right on the cut line. So again, it's definitely going to come down to these last 10 races, and we'll get into your last 10 race schedule in a second. But your 2 wildcard drivers, coincidentally, your 2 Duncan Week of Speed finalists of Bradley Ream and Will Parrish. Bradley Ream, again, he had a 35 points payday on top of all the bonus points that he received across the Duncan Week of Speed. So no wonder that 36 is wildcard 1 right now. And Will Parrish, same thing with him. He is wildcard 2. But speaking of wild cards, this next 10 race slate is the wildest of wild cards to ever wild card in terms of the racing. The final 10 race stretch this season, Dover today, the Monster Mile, don't call it the Monster Mile for no reason. Pocono, Nazareth with a Keystone double. Bridgehampton is insane. Milwaukee is our one, a little bit of a sane track there, but Matt Wolf would love to get his 2nd win of the season. Then the final 5 race stretch is where it seems to get sketchy. Texas World, Watkins Glen, Indianapolis, Michigan, and Armory Digital. 5 very different racetracks, but all of them tend to have their own brand of chaos. Before we finally take the top 10 in points and 2 wildcard drivers after the race at Armory Digital. But that is then, this is now, and it's once again that time of the broadcast again, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say we go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsports to kick off the M&M's 400 from the Monster Mile?
Drivers, start your engines.
The engines roar to life on the pit lane here at Dover. We're just moments away from dropping the green flag for today's race. Cameron Garlington starts on the pole position in the number 28 car. He's outside Ethan Lewis in the 7. Row 2, we see Daniel Bouchard starts alongside Toby Murphy. 2 Canadians starting in the top 5. The Riley, Alberta native of Keegan Thompson starts alongside the 21 of Roberto Crown Jr. Everybody rolls off. There's Juan Rodriguez, your points leader. Like we said, starting last on the grid here this afternoon. It's going to be 80 laps around the mile-long Dover International Speedway. The pit window is 42 to 45 laps. 24 degrees of banking in the corners, 9 degrees on the straightaways. Your 3 previous winners at the Monster Mile are Colton Yo, Braden Perez, and Mitchell Collins. Perez starts 10th and Collins 37th. So the pace car makes its way down the pit lane. Final 10 race set. Getting ready to go green here as Garlington will lead the field at the Reese's restart zone. And there they go. Green flag out and away in the air. And we're live here for race 16 for the Monster Mile. Didn't take long for Daniel Bouchard to get aggressive in that 0-7. He will go to the point early on lap number 2. Keegan Thompson washes up the racetrack in the 14, and here comes Brennan Wilmington sporting his old black and blue number 62. Trying to bring some good luck back to that program. And right now running in second, Daniel Bouchard. Had a good qualifying start. Second car on the inside lane, and right now he's able to surpass Cameron Garlington. But he and Keegan Thompson both falling deep in the field. Ooh, nearly getting hooked on the outside. There was Keegan. The yellow flag is out. Someone going around, and it's Alex Sanvitale in the 96, Matt Wolf, Alex Lozano. Looks like they went around on the front straightaway. That is going to have some chase implications there for the 96. So everybody gets slowed down here. Caution on the speedway. You see the driver's side damage of that AC Delco Xenoblade number 96 Toyota. Sanvitale is still looking for his first win of his career here in his young season. Pit road is open this time. It looks like Sanvitale will be the only taker. It looks like he probably took a hard hit to the inside wall, judging by the tire marks. We're under caution for the first time this afternoon. On lap number 3, Daniel Bouchard leads. Let's see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here in the M&M's 400 from Dover. So this was the battle for 36th right now. And John Andrews is actually going to turn the 96 up into the outside wall. And he's going to get pinched there on the safer barrier by Alex Lozano. And turning around that 96 is going to be the 11 car and Matt Wolf. I don't think he got too good of a jump there on the start, as he was just marred deep in the back there in that 42. And looks like it was just a 3-car accident. There's where the driver's side damage is going to come in for Sanvitale. He hits that safer barrier down low, and it doesn't look like he's got too much damage. Again, Dover is not the most aero-sensitive track as he takes away the commitment cone there, rip cone. But it's definitely going to put Sanvitale behind the 8-ball early on in that 96. We'll get you a real-time replay and then get you back to the action here from the Monster Mile. Real-time replay with Alex Sanvitale, just unfortunately the wrong place at the wrong time. He's going to go hit the inside wall there, once again taking the commitment cone with him. No harm, no foul, and we're under caution for the first time this afternoon here at the Delaware, or in Dover, Delaware, the Dover International Speedway. Daniel Bouchard led them back in stripe. We'll see what he is able to do on the restart here as we clean up caution number 1 of the M&M's 400. And we're back here at the Dover International Speedway, rounding out. And we're back. And we're back here at Dover, cleaning up caution number 1 of the afternoon. Nobody was knocked out for that accident. All 42 cars remain on the race surface. There's Sanvitale deep in the field there in the 96. It looks like Juan Rodriguez was able to move up some spots. We'll see exactly where he is in just one moment. Your top 5 going back through the race's restart zone are Daniel Bouchard, Brennan Wilmington, Justin Zidell, Zachary Fitzwater, and Cole Sampson. Green flag back out in the air. Cole Sampson will immediately duck underneath the 99 of Zachary Fitzwater, and he'll go right in front of him. Brennan Wilmington trying to get past this 07 car. Wilmington has not won a single NR2003 race in nearly 300 starts. He's going to get really loose underneath the 07. Bouchard fighting hard on the outside lane. And here comes Derek Hamill, the 2022 champion, still trying to find a little bit of mojo. He's now fighting for third, as Brennan Wilmington will get around the 07 of Bouchard, and Wilmington out front in the 62. Again, the team going back to black paint scheme for the time being, and right now it's paying dividends. He's running up front. Same thing with Derek Hamill. Bradley Ream already looking for his second win of the season. Matthew Hubert, really good points day for him so far. We're only an eighth of the way to the M&M's 400. Still plenty of racing to go, as Daniel Bouchard starts to fall back in that 07. Seeing where Juan Rodriguez is right now. He's running really well so far. He's able to get past Keegan Thompson, who started fifth, I believe, as Nathan Orman nearly pinching Charlie Davenport and Nathan Stapleton up there. Stapleton will go wide. Davenport still trying to thread the needle. 3 wide in front of them as well. That is Will Parrish and John Andrews, a couple guys on the bubble. Parrish right now falling back in the 40. Right now, Juan Rodriguez is up to 22nd last time by. So that is really, really good for him, and back up at the front of the field. Here comes Derek Hamill underneath Brennan Wilmington for the top spot. Hamill tucks back in behind that rear bumper, that's 62. Now he's going to try and mount a charge underneath the Toyota. Couple of Toyotas fighting for the top spot. It's a bow tie rounding out the podium. And here comes Caleb Rose, Pacific Racing, having a good run so far. Braden Perez won this race here back in 2021. The 2 other drivers right now up inside the top 5. Braden Perez at the moment currently down to 22nd, as Juan Rodriguez continues to mount a charge in that 48 car. He is up to 19th. Matthew Hubert right now in the 9th spot, trying to get around Cameron Garlington. Corey Case having a good day. Well-needed good run so far for that 63 crew. Again, Brennan Wilmington right now on the outside looking in. Win here today would put him inside the top 10 of the points right now. Dylan Matthews struggling in the car that won the first race here at Dover. Matthews right now running in the 37th spot in that one car. Alexander Vitale, like we said, he's had his issues. He's actually running up there in traffic. They were able to repair the damage on that 96, and he's not nearly as slow as I thought he would be. He's been able to get around the other car that was involved in that accident. Alex Lozano going the wrong direction. Riley Sampson has had a rough stretch of races in that 24. Wrecked out in the last race at Coca-Cola, and right now he is running 40th. Logan Williams, another driver in need of a good run here today. He is 14th in the point standings. Again, there's still a long way to go and a very short time to get there. There's still a long way to go. We got today, which we're not even a quarter of the way to the race here this afternoon. Pocono on Saturday, which Pocono is Pocono. I know Logan Williams is going to want to win that race, because that race has been his baby the last 2 seasons. Nazareth, that's been good for Mitchell Collins and Derek Hamill, those drivers being successful there. Same thing for John Andrews as well. Then we got Bridgehampton. That is a wild card track. Typically see random drivers win at Bridgehampton. Matt Wolf won the last race at Milwaukee. But then Texas World, Watkins Glen, Indy, Michigan, and Armory Digital. All those races are pretty much crapshoots. So the next 4 3/4 races are known entities at this point in time, so we'll have to see what happens. Again, that is then, this is now, and Brennan Wilmington right now has led the most laps on the day. Matt Wolf, while he is running deep in the field in the 42, he does have the fastest lap. We're starting to see a little bit of fall off. That time by about 0.6 of a second fall off on these tires. They're about halfway on the tire run. They're coming in around lap 42 to 45, so again, just past the halfway point. We're starting to see this train racing up the front of the field. Pretty much everybody's single file up inside the top 10. There's Ryan Durrani in the 38, currently running in the 26th spot. He's sporting a one-off paint scheme this weekend. Goes underneath Logan Alexander. He's being sponsored by the Delaware Hockey Network and the University of Delaware ice hockey team, as well as 412 Communications. Buddy James Witherite, although he is from Pittsburgh, still resides heavily involved in the University of Delaware. He's got promotions all around the track here. Got to give my buddy James a little bit of a shout out there. 25 down of the schedule at 80, and Derek Hamill's got right on the back bumper of Brennan Wilmington. 4-car train for the top spot, 3 Toyotas and a Chevrolet. And it's all Toyotas at the front of this field. 7 Toyotas at the front. Actually, check, it might be 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Toyotas. 2 Chevrolets and a Pontiac. Is Toyotas now rounding out your podium as Caleb Rose will get underneath Bradley Ream. Now here comes the 7 of Ethan Lewis, as well as Thomas Troxel. Troxel trying to get underneath the 36 car of Bradley Ream, and it's right now Toyotas running out your top 5. We've seen every single manufacturer, with the exception of Dodge, win at their racetrack. It was Chevy winning in 2020. 2021 was Toyota with Pacific Racing. And 22 was Ford with Yellow Monkey Racing and Mitchell Collins. But right now it's the Toyotas just absolutely dominating this first half of the race right now. 5 drivers up inside this top 5, and 2 teams up inside this top 5 right now, with Macklin Hamill Enterprises running 2nd and 4th, Pacific Racing 1st and 3rd, and Troxel Perez Racing, the one car, the only car of that duo that has not been involved in an accident today. Troxel right now running in the 5th spot. Cameron Carlington, your pole sitter, resides back in 6th. Good run for Daniel Bouchard up in 7th for 07. Good run for Toby Murphy as well. Cameron Garlington's got to be happy that 2 of his cars are in the top 10. There's Danny Fallington, one of those Springs winner right now, bookending the top 15. Caboose in the top 15, rather. And Bradley Ream has really fallen off on this run. I believe he was probably using up a little bit of his stuff early, and he fell from 3rd all the way down to 19th for that 36 car. So he's definitely going to want to play a little bit less aggressive on this next stint here. It's Keegan Thompson, along with the 24 machine of, there's Riley Sampson. Cole Sampson somewhere in front of them. There's the 5 car for Appleseed Racing. Again, more cars going underneath the 36 of Ream. I don't know if he doesn't have any sort of mechanical failure, but he is going the opposite direction. And he is just trying to survive, trying to get to this pit stop. I wouldn't be surprised if Ream tries to short pit here. We approach our first and only pit stop of the afternoon, as Brennan Wilmington has led all but 8 laps so far today. Daniel Bouchard led most of them under the caution flag. Nathan Lewis wants that 3rd spot back. Actually, he's trying to get past the 32. Caleb Rose is trying to defend that 3rd spot that he's held for the majority of this run so far. Ethan Lewis still in search of his first win. He was a rookie back in 2021. In fact, he is the only driver in the top 5 right now that does not have a win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. And one of 3 drivers in the top 10 that is yet to go to Gatorade Victory Lane. Another one of those drivers, another 3-season veteran of Daniel Bouchard. Toby Murphy's a rookie here in 2024. An up-and-coming career for the Hamilton, New Jersey native. Both Corey Case and Matthew Hubert have been to Victory Lane in 24 in the MBCS this season. The 3/10 of a second lead for the 62 of Brennan Wilmington over Derek Hamill. We're getting very close to pit stops happening here at Dover. Taking a look through the field. Everybody pretty much running single file for the most part. Ream has really fallen back in the 36. He lost all that track position. He lost 9 more spots than when we saw him, 10 more spots actually. And here we go. Pit stops happening earlier than we anticipated. Brennan Wilmington will surrender the lead to Derek Hamill, Caleb Rose, and only 3 cars coming down, 2 of them in the top 10 for Wilmington, Bouchard. We're seeing 5 cars come down. It looks like the 47, everybody else is going to stay out an extra lap here. But follow along with your race leader, Brennan Wilmington. It'll be 4 fresh Goodyear tires, or Hoosier tires rather. Filling that gas tank full of octane racing fuel. They'll send him out and away. We'll have to see who will get the fastest pit stop this afternoon. Jack drops 14:58. Some contact down the pit lane, some debris that'll be split off there. And here comes Derek Hamill out of the pit lane. Caleb Rose will come out in the 32. He came down the last time by, but the majority of the field coming here just past the halfway point on lap 41 of 80. Wilmington will get 1 of his laps back there. Zidell is off the jack there. 14:50 looks to be the fastest time so far. Derek Hamill's out and away. Matt Wolf will get a lap back. We'll see where the 62 comes out. I believe Riley Sampson may have jumped all these guys. The 7, Ethan Lewis, stayed out an extra lap. We'll have to see how all this checks out. No, it's going to be the 7 and the 47 coming out the same time. And Brennan Wilmington. Oh, and the yellow flag is out. Somebody has gone around. There's a caution flag. Somebody's gone around somewhere, and that's going to change everything. The yellow flag coming out on lap 43. And it looks like it is going to be Brennan Wilmington that'll cycle out to the lead. But that is going to be a huge advantage for Derek Hamill. Some cars running into one another. I believe Juan Rodriguez, he actually may have leapfrogged these guys here. See what everybody says. There's some front end damage there on the 98 of Charlie Davenport, and on the front end of the 40, Will Parrish. A little bit of damage. That's not good for him. See how many cars are trapped a lap down. The only one a lap down right now is Braden Perez. We'll see if he gets a lap back here as I cycle around. He does not. So we're going to see the 3 Pacific Racing cars at the front of the field. Here's we're past the halfway point of the M&M's 400. We're not sure what happened to bring out the yellow flag, but now we'll see what happened in just a few quick moments as Brennan Wilmington leads. Here's we are under caution for the second time this afternoon at Dover. So coming off of the pit lane, Zachary Fitzwater, the man, the myth, the legend himself, is going to get in a little bit of a dust-up with Nathan Orman. Remember, these two came together at Boston, with Orman being turned around by the 99 of Zachary Fitzwater, and I don't know if there was a little bit of payback there from the 3. I don't know if something else happened on the pit lane, but Orman just completely right-rearing Fitzy, and he is nearly going to get turned down the inside there by Tyler Reynolds, who'll get some front-end damage, and he'll run to the back of Trey Smith. And yo, that is about as close as it gets, as Juan Rodriguez nearly railroaded the 99. Coming out of the pit lane. Same thing with Cole Sampson. I think he might have just got a little bit of a dink right there in the 5. But nonetheless, a little bit of revenge there for Nathan Orman, perhaps. I know Zachary Fitzwater is going to be angry once again, but a couple of Chevrolets coming together. Not the first time this week that they have made contact. Made contact last Wednesday afternoon up in Boston, and a little bit of payback there for Nathan Orman, it seems, on 99 of Fitzwater. Real-time replay with Zachary Fitzwater getting turned by the 3 car. And right in the middle of the racing groove, nearly clocked there by Rodriguez. And a little bit of luck coming back to the 48 team, because that would have easily knocked him outside the top 10 in points. After a close call there, Zachary Fitzwater continues to fall in the point standings. He was 18th coming in today, and it doesn't look like he is going to be rising anytime soon. But thankfully, that happened right just as the pit stops were ending, and only 1 car was trapped a lap down after that. Brennan Wilmington will lead the field back to green here as we clean up the debris in turns 1 and 2. Here on caution number 2 of the day at Dover. And we're back here at the Dover International Speedway, cleaning up caution number 2 of the M&M's 400. Nobody has been knocked out of the race yet, but Braden Perez, the lone car, trapped a lap down. So get a screenshot right now, Brennan. All 3 of your cars running together there. 2 of them are in the lead. 1 of them just trying to get a lap back there in the last spot. That's going to play in favor of that 47 car of Derek Hamill. He's going to have 2 lap fresher tires. Then your leader, growing green flag back out on the air, top 5 are Wilmington, Rose, Bouchard, Hamill, and Garlington. And Bouchard will immediately go underneath Caleb Rose. Rose did not get a good start there going into turn number 1. Bouchard trying to get underneath Braden Perez as well. Remember, Perez is a lap down. He is just trying to get his lead or his lap back there, but he's on the outside lane. I doubt that these guys are going to play nice with him. Here comes Derek Hamill to the inside. Bouchard trying to hold on, but again, Hamill's got the fresher rubber. He's down the inside lane, a little bit of a slide job down into the corner. Bouchard will get posted up high, and that'll give Derek Hamill the lead here, second, here on lap number 49. Some jostling in the back there, as Nathan Orman has come back down the pit lane in the 3. Bradley Ream in the back of this field right now. Ream might be doing touch and goes. Or excuse me, Orman might be doing touch and goes, but here comes Derek Hamill. Again, he's got 2 lap fresher tires and Brennan Wilmington, and that may be the difference here with 31 laps to go. Hamill's trying to set his sights on that 62. Again, he's got a very good mid to long run car. We know Wilmington has the best long run car on the field so far. We'll see if Hamill is able to get past him in this 47. He is definitely there, and right on the back bumper, the 28 is Hamill's teammate of Ethan Lewis. looking for his first win in the 7. Troxel right behind him, and here comes Hamill for the race lead here with 30 to go. Nearly touching as they go off the corner. Hamill powering it down to the inside. Wilmington had to get out of the gas. And Derek Hamill has taken the race lead away from Brennan Wilmington, who might lose second here to the 7 of Ethan Lewis. Wilmington now just trying to survive in the outside lane. He's trying to get in front of Lewis. Lewis is playing tough down there. Wilmington is able to power back down to the inside lane, and he will retain second. And he'll set his sights back on that 47. But again, Hamill, 2 lap fresher tires. He does have lap traffic in front of him. Ethan Lewis also with fresher rubber as well, but Lewis trying to make the outside lane work, nearly surrendered third to Rose. Lewis once again now trying to come back down the inside lane, right on the back bumper of that 62. Nearly hooking him around there. He's just trying to find any sort of grip he can get on the inside. Couple cars sideways there off the corner. Trying to find Juan Rodriguez. There he is right now running in 11th. Good recovery for him after starting less than the desirable start. Starting spot in 42nd. I tell you, that 7 car definitely faster than the 62, but Derek Hamill is the fastest of anybody right now. He's got the fastest lap of the race. Wilmington did lock up the most lap led bonus, but he is in danger of losing third to Ethan Lewis now. When does Lewis potentially do the bump and run? We're closing in on 20 laps to go in the M&M's 400. And Derek Hamill continues to pull away from these guys battling up here for second. Toyota's right now running 1, 2, 3, 4. Danny Fallington, the lone Chevrolet, up there in 5th. And finally, Ethan Lewis will get underneath the 62, and does not look like Brennan Wilmington will win here today. The winless streak continues for that 62 crew. Although Caleb Rose now trying to cut into that 47's massive lead. We'll see what it was last time by, as here comes Fallington down underneath the 7. Hamill gained 0.4 of a second there over Caleb Rose as they're all battling for second. Now Ethan Lewis will go to the boondocks on the outside lane. Danny Fallington now up to third, and we'll see if Rose closed in any bit there. He closed in 0.06 of a second. He's within frame of the 47. And Hamill's going to have to get around the lap car of Nathan Orman before this is all said and done. No other lap traffic. Fitzwater's been able to keep pace in the 99, so he's not too terrible. Orman right now only 1 lap down, but he's going to try and race to not finish last there in the 3. Hamill just trying to drive it like he stole it right now. He's able to gain another 0.6 of a second there on Rose at the stripe this time by. He gained another couple hundredths there on that 32 car. Under 20 laps to go as Derek Hamill is going to set sail here in the 47. How much slower? I think Orman is relatively on pace. I don't know if Hamill's going to catch up to this 3 car actually. We'll just have to wait and see. Right now, as these top guys get organized, Danny Fallington now trying to catch up to the 32 car. That time by losing another 0.8 or 0.08 of a second there was Rose. Hamill's got that clean air, but he does have a little bit of a toe off this 3 car. We'll have to see what is what. At the stripe, another 1/10 of a second increased. And Derek Hamill right now in his own zip code. I believe this will be the largest margin of victory if this stays green. He stays out front in this 47. He is catching up to Nathan Ormond, albeit only a little bit there. But bam, another 1/10 of a second ahead of Caleb Rose. He is absolutely flying right now. Funny enough, he is a second off the pace of his best laps. The fall off, the tire wear, starting to come into play there for the 47, but as well for everybody else. We already got just about 10 laps to go in the M&M's 400, a quick-moving race right now, and Derek Hamill is trying to get to the end. I don't think he's going to catch up to this 3 car, but he is going to add another 1/10 of a second to his lead over Caleb Rose. Rose now just trying to protect second from the 16 of Fallington. Wilmington slotting back into the 4th spot. And Hamill continues to increase his lead, another 1/10 added over the 32, and now you can see he is checked out of here. Whatever setup they got on that 47, they definitely nailed it. Oh, and the yellow flag is out in a big mess on the front straightaway. That's going to be right in front of your leader. Hamill needing to have evasive maneuvers up high. He is able to thread the needle. And this changes everything. A big mess on the front straightaway puts us under caution for the 3rd time. And oh boy, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be another late race shootout. And that was definitely costly. Skylar Taylor jumped to the 15 again. Daniel Bouchard, who was having such a good run in the 07, snowplowed that Dodge. Matt Wolf right on one of those drivers relatively near the cut line. Alex Sanvitale looks like his day will be done. Angel Gutierrez, Owen Miles, both those drivers down below the top 5 or top 30 in points. Owen Miles right now 33rd in points. Bouchard's day is done. A massive crash on the front stretch puts us under the yellow flag, and that is the last thing Derek Hamill wanted to see. But now, we're about 3/4 of the way through the run. Do these drivers come down the pit lane, or do they keep their track position on their older tires? You know, if I'm a guy like Thomas Troxel, I've got nothing to lose here, although track position, these aren't double file restarts. There's also that. But nobody is going to elect to come down the pit lane here. So that'll be your running order for the end of this race, with the exception of Braden Perez, who is still 1 lap down in the 92. But Derek Hamill led them back to the stripe, and he sees a 2.5 lead diminished in the span of a single caution. We're under the yellow flag here for the 3rd time at Dover. Let's see what happened to bring out caution number 3 of the M&M's 400. A late race yellow that throws a monkey wrench into the end of this one. So this all is going to start with Owen Miles in the 05, just past the pit lane, has a tire blowout. And you're going to see him slow down dramatically here, going through turn 4, right in front of Toby Murphy. You see Murphy will run into the 05, and that's going to just create a huge stack-up accordion effect on the front straightaway. And we see just cars really slowing down. Bradley Ream is the first one to have significant contact with the 58 of Logan Alexander. He's going to turn that Pepsi Taurus around, and then these are the first really big hits there. Alex Lozano right in the back of the 98. Gutierrez will go around. Davenport will go down to the inside wall. And right there, Skylar Taylor just absolutely whacking that 10 car, and the back end of the field pretty much nowhere for anybody to go. Gutierrez going around, like we said. Skylar Taylor. Riley Sampson is able to get through. Reggie Fogelman, I believe. No, and then we had another accident back in here. Ryan Durrani, Tyler Reynolds. There is where, the 12 of Fogelman gets clobbered. Matt Wolf, there's where Bouchard got it in there in the 07, and it's just a huge mess down the front straightaway. A lot of cars being torn up there, and of course they call Dover a self-cleaning racetrack, and you're going to see why there. As cars slide down the 9 degrees of banking, and it's not been a good start to the season for RF Trackhouse the first half of the year. Both drivers being involved in this accident. I think does Fogelman go over here? Or I think he's just going to stay on his side. And he's just going to be dry humping the 07 of Bouchard. That's pretty much the epitome of Bouchard's season so far. Tough break for the Ottawa native. And then you see everybody, your leaders just come flying through here. I don't know how they're able to get past as Owen Miles, the man who caused all the drama, pulling an Austin Cindric there from a couple of days ago in Nashville for the Real Life Cup Series, will stall out in the apex, and it'll put us under the yellow flag for the third time today. Derek Hamill did not want to see that. That's exactly what Caleb Rose wanted to see. We'll take another look at this accident, and we'll get you back to your late race restart here at the Monster Mile. Owen Miles has an issue at the worst possible place on the track, and it's pretty much just an ARCA crash from here on out. Everybody just getting turned around there on the front straightaway, and 2 separate accordion effects there. That's probably going to take out at least 5, 6, 7 cars, I'd say. And Derek Hamill nearly being caught up in that. Yowza! He pulls a Cole Trickle. He pulling a Lightning McQueen out there in that 47 car. That's good news for him that he's able to stay in the race. The bad news is that Caleb Rose is going to be right on his rear bumper as Daniel Bouchard nearly taking everybody out there on the 07. But Hamill will lead off the restart. Let's see what these guys are able to do here in the late stages of the M&M's 400. Grab the 6 shooters. It's a shootout, boys and girls. We're back here at the Monster Mile, cleaning up caution number 3 of the afternoon. You see all those drivers knocked out. 7 cars. Scratch that, 8 cars knocked out of that crash on lap 70. All the way from Bouchard down to the 42 of Matt Wolf. We're going to get this race restarted with 6 laps to go. Your top 5 going back to the race's restart zone will be Derek Hamill, Caleb Rose, Danny Fallington, the 62 of Brennan Wilmington, the 28 of Cameron Garlington. Green flag back out in the air. A really good jump for Caleb Rose off the start. Derek Hamill, we saw it takes him a couple of laps to try and get things going in the 47. We'll see what Caleb Rose does here in the 32. He's going to stay tucked in behind Hamill for the time being right now. Wilmington will get around the 92 there to try and get back in this battle. Here comes Fallington trying to catch them once again. 3-car breakaway for the top spot with under 5, count them, 5 laps to go. And that may have been the race right there as Hamill starts to pull away from the 32 car. Again, Caleb Rose has 1 lap less fresher tires than everybody else. And Derek Hamill starting to scoot away from the 32. And that'll be a battle for second between Fallington and Caleb Rose. Hamill right now 4 car lengths over the 32, coming around to take 3 laps to go. That time by, opened his lead by 1/10 of a second. Next time by, race will be official no matter what. Hamill starts to unfurl the sail once again. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. This race is official. Next flag will end it. Hamill increasing his lead there once again. It is now up to 1/2 of a second over Caleb Rose. Turns 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. White flag in the air one more time around the Dover International Speedway for Derek Hamill in that 47 car. No comers out back. Battling for second are Fallington and Rose, but coming off of turns 3 and 4, the Tampa, Florida native and the 2022 champion will return back to Gatorade victory lane. Checkered flag in the air, and Derek Hamill wins the M&M's 400 at the Monster Mile. A well-needed run for Hamill in that 47 car. Same for Caleb Rose in the 32, Danny Fallington as well. We hear some contact off the cool-down lap. Igor Barreto and everybody just doing Dover nonsense. No surprise there as everybody destroys their cars, but Derek Hamill going to Gatorade victory lane here in the 47. Taking a look at your official standings, Derek Hamill, Caleb Rose, Danny Fallington, Brennan Wilmington. The dominant car the first half of the day was Wilmington, but unfortunately falling down to 4th. It's going to be good for him in the point standings as he's going to go up inside the top 10. Ethan Lewis rounds out your top 5. Cole Sampson, Thomas Troxel, Roberto Crown Jr., good recovery for him in the 8. Toby Murphy and Cameron Garlington round out your top 10. Good days for Stealth Motorsports. So take a look at all the drivers that were knocked out of this race. 34 cars finished the race. 31 of them were on the lead lap. But your notable drivers that fell out were Matt Wolf, Alex Sanvitale. Pretty much the only drivers that really had several issues. John Andrews finishes 28th. Juan Rodriguez, who was trying to run for a top 10 spot before that 3rd caution came out, did not get a good jump off of that last restart, so he falls back down to 24th. Igor Barreto, a 21st place finish. Dano Georgi, Logan Williams, Will Parrish will finish 15th. Matt Hubert 14th. So he will likely take the points lead away. Dylan Matthews. Where'd Dylan finish? Dylan Matthews finishing, I believe. She got an 11th place finish. How about that for Dylan Matthews? Good run for her after being in the back of the pack for most of the day. But it looks like Matthew Hubert is going to be your points leader coming out of the M&M's 400. But a big shakeup in the points here. After today's race at Dover, an insane race, but a fun race. That sees Derek Hamill going to Gatorade victory lane, our 16th different winner here in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series this season. Already, again, 16 different winners. I don't think we've ever gone this long in the season with multiple or with just first-time winners in the season. But hey, that's the way things go here, as Hamill will win his 4th career race. Actually, no, his 3rd career race, because he won at Greenville Spartanburg, and he also won at Ricky. He also won at Auto Club, so his 4th career win for Derek Hamill here today. He's closing in on Keegan Thompson, the all-time wins list. But good points day for Derek Hamill, good points day for a lot of these guys that needed it, and it's going to shake up your point standings, which you're going to see in just a couple of moments. But that'll do it here from the Dover International Speedway. Congratulations once again to Derek Hamill for winning the M&M's 400, and we'll see you this Saturday afternoon in the Keystone State for the Jack Frost Big Boulder Ski Resort 400. Coverage from the Pocono Raceway starting at 12 p.m. Eastern right here on the NASRN. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after race number 16 in the 2024 NR2003 Mission Barbecue Cup Series season. And from Dover, Delaware, on behalf of the North American Sim Racing Network, my name is Trey Wright. Have a great evening, folks.